Hello and welcome to the Dr. Apocalypse and Baron von Evilstein show. I'm Mary, I'm hosting for today. I'm joined by Nate, Trish, and Leaf, and we are going to start off as usual with the comics that we read this week. So Trish, you want to start?
I finally get to talk about Saga in context today, and I'm so excited. Number 7 came out on Wednesday, and it is the first part of the second story arc in Saga. We get to know a little bit more about the background of one of our main characters. There's a really disgusting giant in it. It's really fun, and with so much anticipation, I was not at all let down. It has continued to be an amazing comic with beautiful art, and it's really fun because it's back.
Yeah, it was a really good issue. I wanted to say episode because you feel like
an episode.
Yeah.
An episode we had to wait 2 months for. Yeah. A little too long of a wait, but I understand it was a chance for everybody to get caught up. All the people who wait for graphic novel collections to come out.
Well, and for Fiona Staples to get caught up.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't have to wait later. And so they would at least give us each arc consistently once a month. And then if there are breaks between arcs, it's understandable, but at least we don't have to wait for the last issue of the arc and be like, what is going on? I can't wait to see what's happening.
The final issue of Planetary?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a great book all the way through.
Yeah.
Because she's doing an awesome job, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It perfectly captures the mood of the characters, and I don't know. This one was really fun.
I guarantee 6 months to a year from now, there are going to be all sorts of guys posting pictures on the internet, their own drawings of all the characters.
6
of
months
Saga.
to a year? I think that's
it's
already
already
happening.
No, I mean it's going to be a big thing.
Explode
So-
even more. Yeah. They are doing a costume contest.
Oh my God, I really
for
want to do
Saga.
that.
If you make your own costume at home and take a picture of it and send it in, they'll print. There's this whole package deal that you get. If
You get
win.
his first script.
Yeah.
All this awesome stuff. I might have to be ridiculous.
If you need someone to arts and crafts it up with you, I'm down. So yes, that was what I was excited for this week. Was the awesomeness of Saga.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have to talk about, so we may as well just end it right now. I mean, we talked about Saga.
We got
that's all
Saga done,
yeah.
nothing else that
The
matters.
tension has been building for the last month or two, so.
Yeah.
But there was other awesome stuff this week.
And there was other less awesome stuff that I know Leaf and I want to talk about.
Indeed.
So you want to introduce it?
Comic I read this week was The Great Pacific by Joe Harris.
Art by Martin Morazzo?
And it was a new Image comic. It's a new Image #1. The story basically revolves around an eco-Batman who's young. The story claims he's kind of 14, 15 years old, but I'm not really sure if that's how old he is, because that part is told within a mythological thing. But it's kind of a bizarre comic, and the art is, a good thing about the comic is that the art is really well done. Kind of looks like a Frank Quitely style,
Yeah.
the way the faces are drawn and all that. But the writing just didn't really do it for me. The scripting of the story was cool, in that it had obviously had a twist in what was going to happen. It was kind of a Christopher Nolan type action sequence at the end. But the dialogue, well, first I got to say, in 2012, if someone is going to name their main action character of a serious story Chaz Worthington, that you can't, it sounds like something out of a bad 80s movie.
Yeah.
So that every time he's referred to as Chaz, I just cringe a little inside. So
I don't think he's 14. I think that was relative to
The
he was,
Moss Eye story that
yeah,
they were
Okay.
telling.
the kid who was actually hunting the lion instead
yeah, it
of
was
him.
hard for me to tell because the way he was drawn, it was kind of ambiguously drawn.
If I recall.
Yeah.
But the only other gripe I had with it was the dialogue seemed to be a series of kind of like slang. It wasn't, not slang, kind of like sayings. It wasn't really dialogue. It was just kind of like, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, but just different sayings like that over and over. And it felt a little repetitive. And I don't know.
I didn't hate it nearly that much. I thought it was kind of cool.
I'm with her on this. I know you two both
I
did
really
not
hated
enjoy it. For a $2.99 comic about a rich oil billionaire heir that decides to go eco green on everybody and try to save the world. I mean, I didn't hate it nearly as much as you two obviously did. So.
Yeah. I agree with you on the art. There were a couple moments of like anatomical weirdness with his people, but other than that, the art was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But it just felt like none of these conversations were real conversations between two real people. They just were like blank slates spouting off words, but like they weren't actually like there was no like heart or behind anybody, including the main character.
Who compared himself to a stud, a horse being was out to stud.
Yeah, for like no reason, just because
just in the
he
middle
was
of
supposed to like do his
date.
job.
He was supposed to have a date with a really hot model.
Oh, yeah.
So he compared himself to a horse, and it was a little awkward.
Well, they're really the writer is obviously really pushing the Tony Stark angle on this.
Yeah.
That's why it felt a little forced. I wish they were a little more subtle with that. But
Well, it was a little forced, and while I can appreciate somebody doing a environmentalist comic, involving the huge trash pile in the middle of the frickin' Pacific,
By the way, that his version of it is completely a sci-fi version of it, because that's not what it's like at all.
Well, yeah, but still. Decent comic. I don't know if it's the kind of thing I'll pick up consistently.
I want to see what issue 2 is like, just because I'm interested enough in what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard topic to tackle. It's a hard topic to tackle well, and I'm kind of proud of someone for trying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna try the next issue just because I was telling you that I felt like he had the idea of this guy in the Pacific Garbage Patch and then patched together a way to get him there. And so I feel like this is not going to be the best issue.
It's all set up.
But
it's
not great setup, but maybe the next issue will be good, hopefully. Because I agree, like I read the comic for the setup. I read the comic for the premise of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
And trying to cure the problem, which is tough. Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, that was a little bit split, I guess, between us.
Good.
Yeah.
Apparently the show needed some controversy.
We need some controversy.
First controversial.
We need some negative attitudes here is what we need, obviously.
No.
So.
What did you enjoy?
There's no negative part to the next part of our episode here, which is Lock and Key Omega #1. Everybody up here is very happy to have had this now. I'm sure we've all read it. It's
that was another
brilliant.
long wait.
Yeah, that was a very long wait, but we are used to getting Lock and Key arcs in big chunks. Honestly, if you're not reading this by now, I don't know what to tell you because you've got 5 volumes to read. Go do it now.
Yeah, exactly.
This comic continues to just completely blow me away every time. The art is always consistently brilliant. The writing is spot on. The characters never deviate from who they are, and every time I always get a little creeped out and have a little cheer, usually in the same page. I just can't help myself. I just gush about this comic to everybody I sell it to. So, what do you think?
I really liked it. I feel like I need to go back and read it all because there was some like character recognition that it like took me a while to get back into the characters, and also I feel like I should just read it all in preparation for the end because there's been so much, like so many ups and downs for the characters, and now we're at like
approaching the end.
Exactly, approaching. Will the good guys win or the bad guys win, basically?
It's anybody's game right now.
Yeah, well, it doesn't appear that way. But
Yeah, end of the issue, the bad guys already claim they win.
yeah, exactly.
So,
But this
Well, so what? We're just gonna get 6 issues of bad guys winning.
yeah.
I bet that would look awesome.
Actually, I'm okay with that. I don't too often good prevails and forget screw that. I want something new.
This is Stephen
It's
King's
Stephen King's son,
yeah,
so bad could totally win.
Exactly.
Or everybody could be dead by the last page. So.
Yeah.
Or we find out they were dead all along.
No, not M. Night Shyamalan.
So what'd you
So-
read, Mary?
What did I read?
Yeah.
I read Where is Jake Ellis, which no one else read.
I'll get around to it.
Come on, Nate.
He read the previous story.
Yeah, exactly. So Where is Jake Ellis is the second mini-series in, I don't know how many they have planned, but the first one was Who is Jake Ellis? And it is like a spy, sci-fi story, I don't
Drama,
know. Crime, yeah, I guess action story. It basically is about this guy named John Moore, who used to be a CIA agent, and he became like a really good criminal because he had this shadowy companion named Jake Ellis, who he thought was part of his mind, but it turns out might be something else. John used to be CIA. Between being a CIA and being a criminal, he was in a experimental facility where he was experimented upon.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so that's the storyline of the first miniseries. And now we're in this one, and if I explained anything basically about this, I would spoil the entire first arc.
Okay.
So it's really hard to talk about. It was really good. It's basically a big chase sequence, this book, and the art is really good. The artist tends to use like a theme, like a color across all the panels on a page, or like one or two colors, and it really like pops well. So I've been really enjoying it.
Is it comparable to any of the Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips crime stuff?
It's not. I mean, it's like a different art style, more action than noir, I guess, is the best way to put that.
Definitely.
It's still like pretty good. If you haven't read the first arc, this will catch you up. There's 2 pages of recap, but you should read the other one because
It's really good.
it's really good.
And it's been collected a year ago or something.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while, so.
Rock on.
Yes.
Yay! Yeah, so those are the comics that we wanted to talk about this week.